I'm Kat, and I hope that you have all had a really good week. It was fantastic to see so many of you on our Zoom call last week. We've got another one coming up for you this morning at 10:30, if you're watching this live, that is. If not, I'm afraid you've missed it. It would be lovely to see as many of you there as possible. This month is a new month, which means we've got a new theme, and we are going to be thinking and talking a lot about patience, which I think is a very relevant theme if maybe you're sitting and thinking, when are we going to be out of this lockdown? How much longer have I got to wait? There's some real wisdom that we can learn this month. And because we often need patience when it feels like things are moving really, really slowly, I thought that we wow have a slow themed prize for our prize bag challenges this month. So if you are lucky enough to be the winner at the end of the month of March of our prize bag challenges, you will win for yourself this rather lovely cuddly toy sloth. So if you took part in our bridge building challenges last week, then your names have gone into our March prize bag, and you could be the winner of that sloth at the end of the month. If you would like to get your name into the prize bag, then one way you can do that this month is by having a go at learning our new memory verse. It's a little bit easier this month than last month's one, so see if you can give this a go. Let's have a look at it together now. Wait for the Lord. Be strong and don't lose hope. Wait for the Lord. Psalm 27, verse 14. So have a go at seeing if you can learn that from memory. If you manage it, send in your videos and I'll add your name to the prize bag. You've got all month to have a go at learning that. But now let's have a look at this week's video.
Bon appetit, everyone! My name is Graham. I'm dressed like this because I want to know what it feels like to be a real chef. I want to be able to bake a cake that's as tall as me. I want to make chocolate chip cookies that are so gooey the chocolate stretches a full 6 feet. I want to understand what fondant is. Fondant? Fondant? I want to be able to say the word fondant. But like most things in life, becoming a real chef takes time. It takes patience. Patience is waiting until later for what you want now. And I know a thing or two about patience. I signed up for a baking class 6 weeks ago that wasn't supposed to start until today, so I have to wait. And today I found out that the class has been postponed for another 2 weeks because our teacher is sick. It looks like she's going to be okay, but still, I have to wait some more. So now I'm wondering, what if I never get to go to class? What if it gets postponed again and again and again? What if it stays this way forever? The longer I have to wait, the harder it gets. If only there was some way to make the waiting not feel so hard. Maybe there is a way. In today's story, we'll learn about a guy named Simeon who had to wait a long time for God to keep his promise. But Simeon didn't have to wait alone. So I guess I'll see you soon. I'll just wait here. Oh man, I could really go for one of those gooey chocolate chip cookies right about now. Chocolate.
The Bible. It's 66 books of history, stories, letters, and poetry that fit together to form God's one big story. The epic adventure of how He created us and loves us so much that He made a way to rescue us. As we travel through the Bible, from Genesis to Revelation, we discover people who met God and found their lives changed forever. Now, for an amazing story, inspired by the book of Luke, chapter 2, verses 25 through 35.
The birth of Jesus was unusual in many ways. He entered the world in a shelter with the animals and was celebrated by an entire host of angels.
Glory to God in the highest.
But Mary and Joseph cared for Jesus as with any child. When he was about 6 weeks old, they prepared to present him to the Lord at the temple.
The law says we must offer a sacrifice of 2 pigeons.
Or doves. How is he 6 weeks old already?
But as Mary and Joseph set out for Jerusalem with their firstborn son, someone was already waiting for them, a man named Simeon, and their stories were about to collide. Simeon had grown up in Jerusalem, faithfully worshiping God. He prayed daily.
Lord, help me understand your law. Help me serve you with my whole life.
Simeon would have studied the scriptures, words from the prophets from hundreds of years before.
The people who are now living in darkness will see a great light. They are now living in a very dark land, but a light will shine on them. What light, Lord?
Over the years, Simeon continued to pray, to worship, and to seek God in the temple. God's Holy Spirit was with him. And one day, the Spirit made Simeon a promise.
You will not die before you see the Lord's Messiah.
Me? With my own eyes? Thank you, Lord.
Simeon believed the promise and waited in joyful expectation.
Will it be today, Lord?
Simeon waited some more.
Will it be this year, Lord?
And then he waited still more.
How about this decade?
We aren't quite sure how long Simeon had to wait, but when his hair turned snow white, he was still waiting.
Soon, Lord.
Today, at last, Simeon received a new response.
The temple courtyard? I'm on my way. Where's my cloak? My walking stick?
God's Spirit led Simeon straight up to the Temple Mount and into the courtyard. Simeon stood in the center of the courtyard, allowing the voices to wash around him. He wasn't quite sure what he was looking for, but he knew God would reveal it to him.
A baby?
Simeon turned quickly to see a young couple nearby. The man carried a pair of doves in a small cage, the usual sacrifice after a child was born. The woman cradled a tiny baby in her arms.
Joseph, where do we go?
Excuse me.
Both the man and the woman looked up quickly.
May I hold the child?
Well, all right. Yes.
Simeon took the child gently into his arms. In the eyes of this infant, he saw the face of God, the rescuer, God's promised Messiah.
His name is Jesus.
Overwhelmed, Simeon turned his gaze toward heaven.
Lord, you are the king over all. Now let me, your servant, go in peace. That is what you promised. My eyes have seen your salvation. You have prepared it in the sight of all nations. It is a light to be given to the Gentiles. It will be the glory of your people, Israel.
Mary and Joseph stared in amazement.
We knew he was special.
This.
Simeon looked down at the child, then glanced up at Mary and Joseph again.
May the Lord bless you both.
Gently, Simeon returned Jesus to his mother's arms. After a lifetime of waiting, Simeon was overjoyed to see the fulfillment of the promise God had given him so long ago.
We don't know for sure how long Simeon had to wait before he got to see Jesus, but it's possible he had to wait for years. We usually don't have to wait years for something to happen, but sometimes when we're waiting, it can feel like years. Sometimes it can feel like forever. Like when you're waiting for your birthday or Christmas, or when you're waiting to feel better while you're sick. I know it's hard to wait, but here's the good news. You don't have to wait alone. God is with you. He knows what you're going through. He knows what the whole world is going through, and He knows how it will all turn out. So talk to God. Put your trust in Him. He's going to be with you through everything. In fact, God will be with you forever. So, that's the one thing to remember today. When you have to wait, remember God is with you. I still have to wait for my first baking class. Maybe it'll happen in 2 weeks, maybe longer. But no matter what, I won't be waiting alone. God will be with me. I'll see you next time Hopefully I'll have some gooey chocolate chip cookies for us to try by then. I wonder if the goo will stretch from me to you. I can't wait to find out. See you then.
So I wonder when you find it hard to be patient. I know that waiting for the lockdown to end is definitely a time that I'm finding I'm having to practice having lots and lots of patience. But it certainly helps, doesn't it, to know that in our waiting, God is with us and we can talk to him about all the things that we're finding hard as we wait. And he can sometimes bring us a real sense of peace in our waiting. For your challenge this week, I would love for you to draw a picture of something that you are waiting for. So it might be your favourite food that you are waiting to eat, or maybe it is a place that you would like to go, maybe somewhere that you haven't been for a long time and you're waiting and you know that there's a date on the calendar when you're going to be allowed to go, but you just got to wait a little bit longer. Or maybe you're saving up for a new toy and you've just got to wait a little bit longer until you've maybe done enough to get yourself a bit of extra pocket money to be able to buy that toy. Whatever it might be, draw a picture of it, take photos, send it in. My email address, as always, is in the description box underneath this video, and I'll add your name to our prize bag for March. This month I also have a bonus challenge for you. So because we've got our bake-off theme, we thought why not have a big Hope Church bake-off competition. So there is going to be an adults round and there is going to be a kids round. And this month we are challenging you to have a go at baking something along the theme of spring. So you can make anything. You could make a biscuit, you could make a cake, you could make a sculpture out of gingerbread, you could make anything you like. When you've finished your bake, take a photo of it and send it to me. I will then add it to, at the end of the month, an album on Facebook that we're going to share on the Hope Church Oswestry Facebook page, and people will be able to vote for the bakes that they think are the best, and there will be a prize for the winner of the children's round and a prize for the winner of the adults round. So you're going to want to get baking, get drawing, get memory verse learning. There's so much for you to do from the video today, so have lots of fun doing that. Hopefully I'll see you on our Zoom call shortly, and if not, then I hope you have a really good week, and we'll see you in our next video. Bye!
Sometimes it's hard to wait for all the things that I want. Sometimes I kind of feel like it's just taking too long to get the things I want, what I think I need, but I know you know what's best for me. I'm gonna live what I believe. I'm gonna wait cause I know you're still working. I'm gonna have patience cause it'll be worth it. I'm gonna have faith, I know you have a purpose. I'm gonna wait cause I know you're still working on me. Still working on me. I know that sometimes I just need to slow down and trust that you are working all of this out. You know the things I want, what I think I need, but I know you know what's best for me. I'm gonna live what I believe. I'm gonna wait cause I know you're still working. I'm gonna have patience cause it'll be worth it. I'm gonna have faith, I know you have a purpose. I'm gonna wait cause I know you're still working on me. Still working on me. I'm gonna hold up, slow down. I'm gonna trust that you're working it out. I'm gonna hold up, that you're working it out.